Before we get into this, let me put you on to who I am. I am Biscuits J. I am not a financial advisor. I do not have a license. I do not have a briefcase. What I do have is this outfit, a whole lot of data I stayed up way past my bedtime reading, and the vibe of the boss's daughter who definitely got the job because her dad owns the building. So take everything I say as the enthusiastic educational content it is. Go confirm it with an actual professional, and then come back here so we can celebrate together. Cool? Cool. Let's get into it. Okay, real talk. That latte, $7. That sad little desk sandwich he did not even enjoy, $15. That streaming subscription he forgot he signed up for back in 2022, another $12. Gone. Evaporated. Just vibes in the wind. This is not a financial plan. This is a rounding error dressed up in a rewards points program. But here is the wild part. What if those same purchases, or more specifically, what if skipping a couple of them every week could actually build you an early retirement? Not a fantasy retirement, a real, funded, documented, money is already working for you retirement. $50, 1 week. That is the entry point to this whole conversation. In this video, I am walking you through the exact game plan. Which account to open, what to actually buy inside it, how to automate the whole thing so your money is building wealth while you are literally doing nothing, and why $50 a week is not the finish line. It is the starting pistol. No jargon that sounds like it was written for a robot. Just real steps, real math, and real results. Let's go. I already know what you are thinking. $50 a week? That is going to retire me early? That feels like trying to fill up a swimming pool with a garden hose and a dream. I hear you, but you are sleeping on two things that are absolutely going to change how you see this money. Those two things are consistency and compound growth. Let me show you what that actually looks like. $50 a week is $2,600 a year. If Tobin stuffed that under his mattress like his grandma suggested for 30 years, he would have $78,000. Not bad. But inflation would have quietly eaten a chunk of it like a roommate who never admits to eating your food. But we are not using a mattress. We are investing it. Now, nothing in the market is guaranteed, and I need you to understand that before you at me. But historically, the U.S. stock market has returned around 9% annually over the long term. If Tobin invested that same $50 a week and hit that kind of average return, something different happens to that $78,000. After 30 years, Tobin's contributions of under $80,000 could have grown to nearly $400,000. He put in $78,000. The market added over $300,000 on top of that. That is the power of compound growth. Your money makes money, then that money makes money. It is the financial version of putting your hustle on autopilot. This is not a hack. This is not a cheat code. This is just what happens when small, consistent habits meet time and a little bit of market math. And it is why we start now and not later. Speaking of things that will help you start now, the ebooks and financial calculators down in the links below will have you doing this math for your own numbers in about 10 minutes flat. Highly recommend. Just saying. We are going to pause because I can feel you drifting. You thought I did not notice, but I absolutely noticed. Come back. Tobin is holding crackers to explain compound interest, and none of us asked for this, but here we are. Stay with me. It gets better from here. It already kind of is. Before you open a single account, we have to talk about your brain. The biggest mistake beginners make is thinking they need to be a genius stock picker or that they need to time the market perfectly. They do not. In fact, trying to do that is how most people end up losing money. Your goal is not to be the next Wolf of Wall Street. Your goal is to be boring on purpose. Consistent beats clever every single time. Time in the market beats timing the market every single time. This is not about depriving yourself. This is about paying your future self before you pay the streaming services. It is a vote of confidence in who you are becoming. The investors who win are not the ones making wild bets. They are the ones who just keep showing up week after week and letting the system do the heavy lifting. This is the step where people get stuck and then just do nothing for 6 months because they cannot decide. So I am going to make it simple. Think of these accounts as different buckets with different superpowers. You do not need all 3 right now. You just need to understand which one is calling your name. First stop, if your job offers it, is a 401k with an employer match. If your company is offering to match your contributions, that is free money, and you should absolutely scoop it before you do anything else. Depending on your plan, that could be a 50 or even 100% return on your investment the second it goes in. Just make sure you check your company's vesting schedule, which is basically the timeline for when that matched money is fully and officially yours. After the match, the best account for most people starting out is a Roth IRA. Here is why this one is so good. You put in money you have already paid taxes on. It grows completely tax-free. And when you pull it out in retirement, those qualified withdrawals are also tax-free. To qualify, you generally need to be at least 59 and a half and have had the account open for 5 years. If you are in a lower tax bracket right now than you expect to be in the future, the Roth IRA is practically made for you. For the specific goal of early retirement, there is one more account you should know about, the taxable brokerage account. Here is the deal. The 401k and Roth IRA are designed for traditional retirement age. If you try to pull money out early, there are penalties involved. But if you want to retire at 50 or 45, you need something to live on until you can access those other accounts. The taxable brokerage is that bridge. No age restrictions, full flexibility. It is the most straightforward tool for an early retirement plan. For our $50 a week starting point, though, the Roth IRA is where most people should begin. Number one question I get, what do I actually buy? And the answer is so much simpler than you think. You are not picking individual stocks. You are not trying to find the next big tech company before it blows up. You are going to buy the whole market at once. You do this with a low-cost, diversified index fund or ETF. Think of an index fund as a shopping basket that already has a tiny piece of hundreds or thousands of the biggest companies in it. An S&P 500 index fund, for example, holds a slice of the 500 largest companies in the US. It is automatically diversified, it is cheap to own, and you do not have to do anything active to manage it. You just buy the basket. Give them the options and then push them toward action. Here are your 2 starter options. Option 1 is the one fund solution. Buy a target date fund, like a 2060 fund. These are designed for a specific retirement year, and they automatically adjust their strategy as you get closer to that date. Pure, set it and forget it. Just look at how the fund defines its glide path before you commit. Option 2 is the two-fund solution, a total U.S. stock market index fund plus a total international stock market index fund. A common starting split is 70% domestic, 30% international, but you can adjust based on what feels right for you. Pick one. Be consistent. Do not spend 3 months researching instead of investing. A good plan you actually execute beats a perfect plan that stays in a spreadsheet. This is the most important step, and you want them to feel that without it feeling like a lecture. This is the final step, and it is the most important one. This is what separates people who start from people who actually succeed. You have to automate it. Willpower is not reliable. Life is not reliable. If you have to remember to manually invest that $50 every week, I promise you, there will be a Tuesday in March where you forget for 6 months. So here is what you do instead. Recipe you have made 100 times. Confident, not robotic. Open your account at a major brokerage like Fidelity, Vanguard, or Schwab. Link your checking account to your new investment account. Set up a recurring transfer of $50 to come out every single Monday morning. Inside your investment account, set up an automatic investment plan so that $50 immediately buys your chosen index fund. Finally, set any dividends you receive to automatically reinvest. That last one is the move that creates a feedback loop where your investments start buying more investments for you with zero effort on your part. Like you have just handed someone a cheat code and you know it. Once this is done, it is done. Your wealth machine is running every week in the background without you lifting a single finger. And if you want the calculator that shows you exactly how fast your specific numbers compound, it is down in the links at jetsetwealthstyle.com. Tobin uses it. I made sure of it. You acknowledge the fear without dismissing it. Now, let's talk about the voice in your head that keeps asking, what happens if the market crashes the exact week you start investing? It is a completely valid question, and our strategy has a built-in answer for it. It is called dollar cost averaging. Walk them through the logic like a guide, not a lecture. By investing the same amount every single week, your $50 automatically buys more shares when prices are low and fewer shares when prices are high. This smooths out the volatility and removes the impossible pressure of trying to guess the perfect moment to invest. You never have to guess. You just go every week. That is the whole move. This is the growth mindset message, and it needs to land with warmth and fire. Here is the part I really need you to hear, though. The $50 a week is the starting line. It is not the finish line. The real path to early retirement is scaling up. Every time your income goes up, a raise, a new job, a side income stream you build, you scale your contributions too. Your 50 becomes 75, then 100. Then you are aiming for 10 to 15% of whatever you make. You start at 50 because it builds the habit and the discipline. Then you pour fuel on that foundation as your life grows. And if you want resources to help you actually build that income so you have more to pour in, the ebooks and courses down in the links were basically made for this exact situation. Real tools, real strategies, real Jetset Wealthstyle energy. You already know where to find them. Let's recap the whole play because it really is only 4 steps. 1. Get into the mindset of being a consistent, boring investor on purpose. 2. Open the right account, and for most people starting out, that is a Roth IRA. 3. Buy a simple, low-cost index fund that gives you the whole market in one basket. 4. Automate every single part of it so wealth builds whether you remember to check or not. The version of you in 10, 20, or 30 years is going to be built entirely by the choices the current version of you makes right now. And that choice does not have to be dramatic. It does not require a finance degree or a trust fund or a perfect moment. It just has to be consistent. And it can start this week with $50. If you are ready to actually do this and want more zero-nonsense guides to building your wealth, hit subscribe so you do not miss what is coming next. And before you go, genuinely check the description. The financial calculators and ebooks down there are going to do more for your money in one afternoon than another 3 hours of scrolling. I put them there on purpose. Biscuits J out.